Here's a revised version of your content to make it more engaging and viewer-friendly for your YouTube video. NFL Sunday Pile Week 5 Recap. Jaguars save their season. Bengals stumble with Burrow's brilliance. What a wild Sunday it was in the NFL. The Jacksonville Jaguars may have just pulled off a miracle, saving their season in a nail-biting 37-34 victory over the Colts. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement that Doug Peterson's squad is still in the game. With this victory, the Jags avoided joining the ranks of the winless, and they'll head to London with newfound hope. The star of the show? Trevor Lawrence. On his 25th birthday, he threw for a career-high 371 yards, reminding everyone why he's viewed as a franchise quarterback. With solid protection in a shaky Colts pass rush, Lawrence was in command, completing over 80% of his passes. And let's not forget rookie Brian Thomas Jr. He showcased his blazing speed with an incredible 85-yard touchdown, hitting a staggering 22.15 miles per hour, the fastest by a ball carrier this season. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Jags' defense put Lawrence in a tough spot late in the game, allowing the Colts to claw back from a 34-20 deficit. Joe Flacco, stepping in as a backup, was surprisingly effective against the Jags' secondary. Luckily, Lawrence led a final drive that set up a game-winning field goal. But can the defense tighten up moving forward? Time will tell. But if Lawrence keeps this momentum, the Jaguars' season might just be back on track. Bengals heartbreak. Burrow's brilliance wasted. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals faced a heart-wrenching 41-38 overtime loss to the Ravens, leaving them at 1-4. Joe Burrow put on a clinic, throwing for 392 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yet it all slipped away in the end. After a fumble by Lamar Jackson in overtime, the Bengals had a golden opportunity. Instead, head coach Zach Taylor opted for a conservative game plan, leading to a failed 53-yard field goal attempt. With the game on the line, Burrow's talent was sidelined when it mattered most. It raises a crucial question. If the Bengals don't trust Burrow in that moment, when will they? The silver lining? Burrow and his star receivers, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, are finally clicking. But with the AFC North getting more competitive, time is running out for the Bengals to turn things around. Browns in turmoil. Watson's struggles continue. Over in Cleveland, the Browns faced a brutal 34-13 defeat against the Commanders, raising serious questions about Deshaun Watson's performance. The Browns managed only 212 total yards and went 1 for 11 on third downs. In a baffling moment, Watson walked off the field during the crucial fourth down, leaving fans and teammates in disbelief. Watson's numbers are alarming. A -0.30 EPA, expected points added, per dropback. The worst for any Browns quarterback since 2000. With Jameis Winston ready to step in, it's puzzling why the Browns are sticking with Watson. The pressure is mounting, and it's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel for this once promising team. Caleb Williams shines. Bears soar against Panthers. On a brighter note, Caleb Williams and the Bears are starting to find their rhythm. In a dominant 36-10 win over the Panthers, Williams threw for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns, becoming the first Bears rookie to notch multiple 300-yard games in a season. DJ Moore had a fantastic revenge game. And if the Bears keep this up, they could be eyeing a surprising playoff push. With Jaden Daniels also making headlines for the Commanders, throwing for 1.000 yards and rushing for 250 in his first 5 games. It's clear that some young quarterbacks are taking the league by storm. Feel free to adjust any part of this to better fit your style or add any specific details you want to emphasize. NFL Week 5 winners and losers. Week 5 of the NFL season brought its share of drama, with unexpected upsets, standout performances, and some painful reminders for fans. Here's a breakdown of the biggest winners and losers from the week. Winners. 1. The NFC afterthoughts. The Arizona Cardinals shocked the San Francisco 49ers, snapping a 2-game losing streak and shaking up the NFC West. Kyler Murray's mobility played a key role in the upset. Meanwhile, the New York Giants made a dramatic field goal blocked touchdown return to edge past the Seattle Seahawks, pulling them closer to .500 in the NFC East. 2. Brian Flores head coaching prospects. The Minnesota Vikings showcased a formidable defense against the Jets, with Flores' unit effectively pressuring and intercepting Aaron Rodgers. Their performance played a pivotal role in keeping the Vikings undefeated at 5-0, further solidifying Flores' reputation as a defensive mastermind. 3. Patient Bears fans. After a rocky start, rookie Caleb Williams finally showed promise, leading the Bears to a strong performance against the Carolina Panthers. DeAndre Swift and DJ Moore joined him in making explosive plays, hinting at a potential turnaround for the Chicago offense. 4. Commanders' NFC East chances. Washington is making a strong case for itself in the division race. Rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels continued to impress, showcasing his dual-threat ability in a dominant win over the Browns. Their efficiency and explosiveness could make them serious contenders in the NFC East. Losers. 1. The NFC West heavyweights. The 49ers' loss to the Cardinals raised eyebrows, leaving them at 2-3 despite a solid point differential. Red zone struggles and inconsistent play are major concerns. The Los Angeles Rams are also in a slump at 1-4, while the Seahawks have dropped 2 straight after a promising start. 2. Jets fans. Jets fans had to endure another frustrating game as Aaron Rodgers struggled to find rhythm, losing to the Vikings and former teammate Sam Darnold. The offense seemed disjointed, raising questions about their future prospects under the current regime. 3. The Patriots' QB plans. New England's offense continues to falter, managing only 10 points against the Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett's inconsistent play leaves fans yearning for more dynamic options. Rumors of locker room discontent further complicate the team's quarterback situation. 4. Anyone who missed Bengals-Ravens. The Bengals-Ravens matchup was a thrilling showcase of offensive talent, featuring stellar performances from Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. The game highlighted both teams' capabilities as contenders in the AFC. Even as the Bengals struggle at 1-4, Week 5 showcased the unpredictability of the NFL, with some teams rising to the occasion while others continued to struggle. As the season unfolds, these narratives will continue to evolve, setting the stage for an exciting next chapter. Overreactions from Week 5 of the NFL season. The NFL delivered an action-packed Week 5 filled with dramatic finishes, high-scoring games, and standout individual performances. Here's a breakdown of the biggest overreactions following this wild weekend. 1. Aaron Rodgers is washed up. Overreaction or reality? Reality. Rodgers' performance against the Vikings was dismal, 29 of 54 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. His struggles are evident, with poor yardage averages and a passer rating that marks the worst start to a season in his career. Time may indeed be catching up to him. 2. Commanders will win the NFC East. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. The Commanders are certainly looking strong, currently second in scoring and coming off a decisive win over the Browns. However, their true test will be against established powers like the Eagles and Cowboys. While they deserve recognition, it's premature to declare them division winners. 3. Doug Peterson has fixed Trevor Lawrence. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. Lawrence's career-high performance against the Colts is promising, but one game against a weak pass defense isn't enough to claim he's fixed. Consistency over a longer stretch is necessary to make that determination. 4. Brock Bowers is the best rookie pass catcher. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. Bowers has shown potential, especially with his recent performances. However, it's important not to overlook other rookies like Malik Neighbors. Bowers is definitely a rising star, but it's too early to crown him the best. 5. Bengals will miss the playoffs. Overreaction or reality? Reality. At 1-4, the Bengals are in a tough spot, especially after a painful loss to the Ravens, with an uphill battle ahead and needing to go at least 9-3 to finish 10-7. Their playoff hopes are dimming fast. 6. 49ers will miss the playoffs. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. While the 49ers' loss to the Cardinals raises concerns, they still have the talent and schedule to turn things around. They are just one game behind the Seahawks and have opportunities to reclaim their spot. It's too soon to write them off entirely. 7. Ravens have the best rushing duo in the league. Overreaction or reality? Reality. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson are dominating on the ground, both ranking among the league's top rushers. Their combined rushing yards set a record for a QB/RB duo, making a strong case for them as the best rushing pair in the NFL. As the season progresses, these narratives will evolve. Week 5 gave us plenty to chew on, but time will tell which overreactions will become reality as teams adjust and fight for playoff positions. Cowboys vs. Steelers. Game summary and key takeaways. Final score, Cowboys 20. Steelers 17. Game overview. In a thrilling Sunday Night Football matchup, the Dallas Cowboys triumphed over the Pittsburgh Steelers with a last-second touchdown pass from Dak Prescott to Jalen Tolbert. Despite numerous injuries and challenges, the Cowboys improved to 3-2, while the Steelers fell to 3-2 after their second consecutive loss. Key takeaways. Dak Prescott's resilience. Prescott threw for 352 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Despite early struggles, including a fumble and 3 turnovers, he delivered when it mattered most with a decisive 4th and goal touchdown pass. Injuries impacting Dallas. The Cowboys were without key players, including Brandon Cooks, Micah Parsons, and DeMarcus Lawrence. They faced further injuries during the game, yet their depth shone through, particularly in the offensive line and running game. Rico Dowdle's breakout performance. Dowdle was a standout, rushing for 87 yards on 20 carries and catching 2 passes for 27 yards, including a touchdown. His contribution was vital in supporting Prescott and providing a balanced offense. Defensive struggles for Pittsburgh. The Steelers' defense, led by T.J. Watt, made critical plays, including a strip sack. However, the offense struggled to maintain momentum, resulting in 5 punts and limited scoring opportunities. Justin Fields' mixed performance. Fields managed to throw 2 touchdown passes but struggled with consistency, completing just 15 of 27 attempts for 127 yards. He also added 27 rushing yards but was unable to find a rhythm against a tough Cowboys defense. Turning point. The pivotal moment was Prescott's game-winning touchdown to Tolbert with just 20 seconds left on 4th and goal. This clutch play demonstrated Prescott's ability to perform under pressure, silencing critics who doubt his late-game capabilities. What's next? The Cowboys will return home to face the Detroit Lions, who are eager for revenge after a narrow loss to Dallas last season. The Steelers will look to bounce back against the struggling Las Vegas Raiders, who are dealing with their own turmoil. This game showcased the Cowboys' grit and determination, highlighting Prescott's leadership and the team's ability to overcome adversity, while the Steelers must find ways to re-establish offensive rhythm moving forward. NFL Power Rankings, where the 49ers stand after tough loss to Cardinals. 1. Kansas City Chiefs, last week, 1. Record, 4-0. Patrick Mahomes continues to find ways to win, even with some key injuries. Their defense is stepping up. 2. Minnesota Vikings, last week, 2. Record, 5-0. Even with struggles in their running game, the defense is holding strong, keeping them unbeaten. 3. Detroit Lions, last week, 3. Record, 3-1, bye week. Their offense is on fire, but consistency on defense will be crucial moving forward. 4. Houston Texans, last week, 5. Record, 4-1. C.J. Stroud is proving to be a game-changer. Can he keep it up without Joe Mixon? 5. Baltimore Ravens, last week, 6. Record, 3-2. Lamar Jackson is back to his best, but the defense has been inconsistent. 6. Buffalo Bills, last week, 4. Record, 3-2. Josh Allen had an off day, reminding us that he can't be Superman every week. 7. Philadelphia Eagles, last week, 8. Record, 2-2, bye week. If healthy, their offense can match up with anyone, but the defense is a concern. 8. Washington Commanders, last week, 16. Record, 4-1. Jaden Daniels is making a strong case for MVP. What a turnaround for this team. 9. Dallas Cowboys, last week, 9. Record, 3-2. Rico Dowdle shines, but Dak Prescott needs to be more consistent. 10. Pittsburgh Steelers, last week, 10. Record, 3-2. Gritty wins are their style, but the offense needs to produce more. 11. Atlanta Falcons, last week, 17. Record, 3-2. Bijan Robinson's usage is puzzling, but the offense is showing signs of life. 12. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last week, 12. Record, 3-2. Baker Mayfield is playing well, keeping them competitive. 13. San Francisco 49ers, last week, 7. Record, 2-3. Blowing a fourth-quarter lead to the Cardinals is concerning. The Super Bowl hangover is real, and they need to regroup. 14. Seattle Seahawks, last week, 13. Record, 3-2. A lack of offensive rhythm is becoming a trend. They need to find a consistent game plan. 15. Green Bay Packers, last week, 15. Record, 3-2. Jordan Love is showing potential, but can he elevate this team further? 16. New Orleans Saints, last week, 11. Record, 2-2. Derek Carr needs to find his form again if they want to contend. 17. Chicago Bears, last week, 24. Record, 3-2. Caleb Williams looks promising, and the offense is finding its rhythm. 18. New York Jets, last week, 14. Record, 2-3. Aaron Rodgers' struggles are becoming a concern, and Breece Hall needs more help. 19. Cincinnati Bengals, last week, 18. Record, 1-4. Joe Burrow is back on track, but they still need to turn things around quickly. 20. Denver Broncos, last week, 26. Record, 3-2. Improving play from Bo Nix is helping them find success. 21. Arizona Cardinals, last week, 22. Record, 2-3. Stunning the 49ers shows they can compete. Kyler Murray and James Conner are a dynamic duo. 22. Indianapolis Colts, last week, 23. Record, 2-3. Joe Flacco led a surprising offensive outburst. The future looks bright with him. 23. Los Angeles Rams, last week, 21. Record, 1-4. Injuries are taking a toll, and they need their stars back to compete. 24. Cleveland Browns, last week, 20. Record, 1-4. Deshaun Watson's struggles continue, and it's impacting the whole team. 25. Las Vegas Raiders, last week, 25. Record, 2-3. Time to embrace the rebuild, as they struggled to find any offensive identity. 26. Jacksonville Jaguars, last week, 29. Record, 1-4. Trevor Lawrence is showing signs of improvement, but consistency is key. 27. New York Giants, last week, 28. Record, 2-3. Daniel Jones is stepping up, but can they build on this? 28. Miami Dolphins, last week, 27. Record, 2-3. Their offense has stalled, and they need to find their rhythm. 29. New England Patriots, last week, 30. Record, 1-4. They're still struggling offensively, but there are small signs of life. 30. Carolina Panthers, last week, 31. Record, 1-4. Andy Dalton makes them watchable, but it's still a long season. 31. Tennessee Titans, last week, 32. Record, 1-3, bye week. They're looking for answers, but the future looks bleak. 32. Chicago Bears, last week, 24. Record, 3-2. They're improving, but let's not get ahead of ourselves against weaker opponents.